Seldom Melbourne Leaves My Mind, a beautiful new CD from Judith Durham.
It's from her Australian City Suite on Decca.
Yes, we've got Dude with us now. Judith Durham, a lovely album.
Thank you so much, Bruce. Hello there, Philip.
Oh, what an inspiration. All these different Australian capital cities.
We're talking about Mother's Day and your memories of dear old Mum.
Yes, well, I've actually sung really 4 songs that all are to do with mothers and babies. I mean, certainly I'm mentioning Mum in the song about Melbourne there.
Yeah.
But equally, I sang a song on the recent album Epiphany, which was called The Hand That Rocks the Cradle Rocks the World. And indeed, that's also touching on motherhood quite a bit. So really, it's a lovely, a beautiful, heartwarming subject to sing about and write lyrics about. But the whole album, I'm so thrilled with, because I've written a song for all the different capitals.
Yes, all the capital cities. It's lovely. Did Mum see your success and enjoy the days of your?
Oh yes, Mum was my greatest encouragement. Yes, she really. I remember when I sat and played the piano and sang for hours and hours and hours on end. She'd be in the kitchen doing what she was doing, you know, during school holidays. Or
Yes.
and she'd call out to me, "I'll play Kitten on the Keys," you know, saying it had to be you. She had a whole list of things she loved.
And did she live long enough to see the Seekers become international favourites?
Well, yes, certainly I had my time with the Seekers in the 60s. She died in 1974, and so she was only 61.
Wow.
She had terrible lung problems, and so really we were lucky to have her as long as we did. But oh yes, no, she and Dad were hugely encouraging for me.
And did she have that lyrical, lilting voice that you have?
It was very hard to know, Philip, because she didn't have the breath to sing. So she was we could hear that she was very tuneful. And I do believe, knowing that my sister is a singer as well, I do think that she would have had a lovely voice. Grandma was certainly she could sing harmony very easily.
Yeah, of course you're talking of Beverly Sheehan now.
Yes, indeed, yes. Beverly's voice is very, very similar to mine. So as I grew up, you know, we had music all around us. Dad was a very good singer, and he also played piano as well.
Yeah. We are looking at these 2 CDs. These coincide with the tour of Australia you're doing during the year.
Yes, it's coming up very soon now. I'll be doing concerts in Melbourne on the 7th of July and the 8th of July at Her Majesty's, going all around Australia. So, of course, it's only now just 50 years that I've been in the music industry, and I haven't toured in Australia for 10 years, so this is the very first opportunity I've had.
Well, you know, to coincide with that, Decca have released 2 of your CDs, Gift of Song, and the one we've just been playing featuring the Australian City Suite. What an inspiration. No one's done that before, Judith.
Oh, it was high time, I think, Philip. I thought I'd better make my contribution. Ron and I were in the States driving across, and I had the map of America on my lap. And I was amazed to see, of course, that just about every city we drove through had a song written about it. And I thought, well, I'll just try and write one to just see how I go. And so I wrote one for Melbourne. And then over the next years, gradually, I added to the collection. I wrote the Sydney song next when I was in Paris. And then we came back to Queensland, and I wrote the one for Brisbane. And so it went on.
But tell me, what rhymes with Canberra?
Canberra, well, I didn't have to. I was very careful not to have to rhyme Canberra. But, yes, in Canberra, I decided to not talk about the politicians. I'm more having this imaginary dream about what it would be like to have the Australian animals all around Canberra. So, yes, it was great fun doing them all.
Well, these 2 new CDs, they've become certain favourites of Bruce and mine, Gift of Song and the Australian City Suite.
And Judith, thank you for being with us and reminiscing with us about Mother on Mother's Day.
Oh, it's lovely to speak to you both. It's always a joy. Thank
you
both
so
very
much.
much.
And we'll come and see you in July.
Thank you, Judith Durham.